fair Bill of Rights, something to protect you. So the main body of this legislation, did you ever wish as a passenger you had some sort of Bill of Rights? Something to protect you against all this garbage the airlines put you through? Well, get ready. There's a country that's going to help us all out. Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a fantastic day. We are just out here enjoying the beautiful weather, getting some time off between rainstorms and hurricanes. It's just that time of year here in Florida where all that goes on a daily basis. So when we do get a beautiful day like this, it's a good idea to take advantage of it. That's why, my friends, I am out here today talking with you about travel. You know, I love traveling, and I know most of you guys do too. Did you ever get really pissed off when you've been traveling? Like your flight's delayed, they lose your luggage, they've overbooked. And then you say to yourself, this is total BS. They should be responsible and they should be held accountable for what they've done. I mean, when it's a mechanical failure that there's no foreseeing that. But when you sell 400 tickets on a 200-seat plane, I mean, that's just basic math. That's 100% all you. You've done this. And in the past, there's been zero recourse for us passengers, right? We're told we got to wait till the next flight. We got to get bumped. We get offered a $50 voucher. Well, not anymore, my friends. The good folks from Canada, I'll tell you, if any place ever needed it, it was them. I purposely don't travel there. Love the people, love the country, hate their border crossing. And it's both sides. It isn't a one-sided thing. I hate the American side of the border crossing, and I hate the Canadian side. I think those agents are trying to outdo each other on who could be the biggest jerks, and the people pay the price. It's such a hassle that I stopped. I mean, I drive 3 hours on my way to not have to cross into Canada. So imagine, pretty pathetic, right? But not anymore. Not if you're an airline passenger. I used to hate going to their airports. That's why, forget it. I would never fly into Canada, not even for a connection. But, like I said, not anymore. See, what our good friends in Canada have done is write the first passenger Bill of Rights. That's right. As a passenger, you will have certain inalienable rights whenever you're traveling through Canada or leaving from Canada. Utilizing the Canadian airports are going to be phenomenal for passengers. First, we'll start off with this all goes into effect July 15th of this year, so it actually is all in effect already. What's going to be happening? Let's start off with the first things they're going to address: damaged and lost luggage. If your airline damages or loses your luggage, unlike in the past where they keep you waiting for weeks and then tell you forget it, it's lost, too bad, that privilege will now cost them $2,100. That's right. You get $2,100, no disputing it, for any damaged or missing bag. So, gotta believe that they're gonna start doing an excellent job with your bags coming now in the near future. 2,100 American dollars. So break that down to your currency. That's probably a good chunk of change. It's going to teach them to stop screwing with your bag. I have to carry everything on. I never check a bag because the one time I did, half the stuff didn't arrive at the destination. So bravo for that. $2,100 a bag. Then coming in December is when they will enact the complete 100% part of it. Oh, things are going to change a lot. Are going to change a whole bunch, especially when it comes to delayed flights and sitting on the tarmac. I mean, we all hate that tremendously, right? But let's go back to the overbooking. You know how they like to sell 300 tickets for a 200-seat plane? Well, if you do that in Canada, $2,400 if they bump you from your flight because they've overbooked it. Man, I've had a half a dozen flights in the past 2 years that I would have gotten $2,400 on. Gets me to thinking they ain't going to oversell your flight by more than 5 seats ever again, because 4 tickets could cost them the entire revenue of the flight. So that's number 2. $2,100 a bag, $2,400 for an overbooked flight. I like the way this is sounding so far. Do you? Let me know in the comments down below. But coming in December, even better options for you. More of what the people deserve. So the main body of this legislation will kick into gear in December. And starting in December, what's going to happen is a beautiful thing. From now on, starting in December in Canada, if your flight is delayed 3 to 6 hours, you're getting $400. Man, that happens a lot, right? A 3-hour delay, very common with them now. They think they don't owe it to us anymore. They can just have these flights go and come when they want. So therefore, they don't really care about any of that. 6 to 9 hour delay, $700 American dollars cash to you. 9 hours or more, $1,000. Now that's for big major carriers. If you're on a small regional carrier, those start at $125 and end at $500. But either way, everyone's paying. No one's getting away with making you sit on a hot plane for 3 hours or 6 or 7 hours. I don't know if you've ever been overseas, but as crazy as that sounds, that is very common. I mean, it's easy to be traveling in Southeast Asia or on the continent of Africa and be put on a plane and sat on a runway for 7-8 hours. That's how they do it. They want to get away from the gate, and they want to keep you contained so you don't fly away on another airline. So, unfortunately, these laws are not in effect anywhere outside of Canada. I'm hoping big time that America catches on and says, yeah, the billions and billions that are being made by these people, there has to be accountability. I mean, I'm paying $600 to fly 2,000 or 3,000 miles round trip right now here in the United States. It's outrageous. There are no Ryanairs and Wow Air local carriers. It isn't that way. You got to fly on big national. Even our budget carriers are like Spirit. They're horrible airlines, and the tickets are $400 and $500. So there is no $60, $70, $50 seats in the United States. Not at all. So I believe this level of accountability should be across the board. We should have the same passenger air Bill of Rights that Canada's just passed. We travel way more. The airlines make way more on us here than they do there. And they pull these shenanigans more often than ever now. It's likely that your flight will be delayed. It used to be a time where that was never going to happen. So, what do you think? Sound like something you'd like in your country? Passenger Bill of Rights? Tickle your fancy? Compensation for deliberate mistakes made by the airline? Then let me know in the comments down below. Passengers Air Bill of Rights? I'm 100% in. I'm going to write my congressman and send him a copy of the Canadian one. It's only fair. But I'd like to hear from you. I don't think anybody's going to oppose this thing. It's got to be one of the greatest ideas ever. Not sure how it's going to pan out, but I like the threat behind it. But you let me know. Your opinion is the only one that counts. I'm just here to facilitate the information. You know how we do it. Comment, like, subscribe, right down there. Hit that bell notification button so you know when I'm on. Love ya. See you in the next one.